You may think you know what you're doing, but after I worked out with a master trainer for over 8 months, I realized very quickly that I've been doing many things extremely wrong for many years. So, this is not a video about you having to get a trainer, but I did all the work for you so you don't have to. Or if you don't care to ever get a trainer, the tips I'm going to give you are honestly life changing in this video. So, you're going to want to really listen to the whole video because this is very, very potent, very high valuable information because a lot of this stuff, guys, you really can't, you don't know it unless you literally have experienced it. So all the tips I'm going to give you today are real life, in the moment, learnings, realizations, corrections, things I was doing wrong for years that I figured out. This is the real deal here. So all these tips you're going to be able to apply, and let's just get into it. Okay, so first off, obviously you see that I'm doing lunges. So I didn't know this, but I always was told that you have to do your lunges at 90-degree angle. And contrary to popular belief, actually having a little bit of your knee going forward is actually even better for building your glutes and just building your overall strength. So I didn't know that. I was doing lunges trying to be 90-degree angle to where my knee wouldn't even bend, even not even a little bit over my foot. And I realized I wasn't really working anything specific. I just was kind of doing a really annoying workout. So as you can see, this was 6 months ago from me creating this video. So I've improved a lot and I've actually leaned out. But my balance was off because I wasn't really doing lunges correctly. So after I started to learn how to kind of lean forward and let my knee bend a little bit forward, it actually significantly helped me build my glutes. Now, this one is so embarrassing because I was shocked that I really could not bend as far as I could. You'd be surprised, things like jumping jacks or jump rope are like we think are fine, or it's like maybe you can do a really low squat. But when you're jumping, like doing these frog legs or frog jumps, you get humbled very quickly. So if you want a really good workout, if you want to burn a lot of calories really quickly, if you want to build your glutes or tone up really quickly, do these for 30 days and you will see how low you probably need to work on getting, and you will actually feel muscles that you haven't really worked out. So planks are amazing. I've done planks for years, especially being a dancer a lot of my life, but doing them on this balancing ball, I think really helps with the form because you can tend to really push your butt up into the air. And as you can see, I kind of am still doing it here. So there's just a lot of things that when you're working out on your own, it's good that you're working out on your own. But when you have a trainer telling you, okay, put your butt down, suck in your stomach, it really goes a long way. So doing 30-minute planks are very, very powerful, but definitely make sure you are lowering your butt and sucking in your gut. So again, here's more lunges, and see how my knee is going over my foot, but it's not going over my toes. So I was under the impression that going over my foot was actually going to be something that was going to, injure me, or I just wasn't going to be doing them correctly. But this is the correct way to do it. So, my lunges have significantly improved, but what I can say is that, especially doing it with 15-pound weights in each hand, I'm doing them correctly and I'm getting a lot of benefit in activation in my glute area to actually lift and tone and tighten and burn fat at the same time. So on to the next workout, and we do 3 different circuits, and in each circuit there's 3 different workouts in each circuit. So there's a lot of workouts that you're going to see here, but they're very simple. And I think that's one of the biggest things is that, especially with Instagram, there's so many variations, and you do the squat this way, do the cable back kick back this way, do this and really for the 8 months we kept doing the same maybe 6 to 8 different glute workouts, and I have great results from it. So stick to the basics. You don't have to do Yes, a lot of the different workouts that are out there now are great, but just doing a good old fashioned lunge or, like as you can see right here, I have these now. I feel like these are his, but I actually need to get these for myself. I have these in my Amazon store if you want to check these out. And there's a nice list there. You don't even have to get anything from that list, but if you are looking for a really powerful list of things that I used over the course of my 8 months working out with my trainer, the master trainer, definitely check it out. This is one I feel like every single woman and man should have because it really works out your legs so significantly. Something about the weight being attached to your ankle and then doing all these different workouts is just a lot different than doing it with just a band or pushing up a bar. You have to balance yourself, especially if you're like on a bench like I'm doing here. So tip, number whatever, get yourself some of these ankle weights and make sure they're at least 10 to 15 pounds. So again, this is just kickbacks, doing simple kickbacks and doing it for 30 seconds straight, 40 seconds straight. I mean, the burn in your glutes is it's insane. So do not feel like the simple workouts don't do anything. Like it's almost like the workouts that go really viral are like, lifting up all the heavy weight. And it makes sense because they're lifting up all that weight. And we're thinking, okay, we have to lift up all that weight to like lift our butt. And yeah, lifting heavier weight is going to definitely lift your butt. But workouts like these also lift your butt, lift and tone, and grow your glutes, especially because I'm doing it, like as you can see here, I have the weight on my ankles, and then I have a kettlebell. And in this particular workout, he didn't have me kick out my legs, but usually when I'm doing a squat, I'll have the kettlebell and then I'll do like a side kick out and then go down and do a side kick out. So, I mean, very quickly you feel, even though the weights are only, 10, 15 pounds on my ankles, it feels like it's like 100 pounds. And based on my research and based on my learning from training and studying under a master trainer, you want to make a decent amount of weight feel really heavy. So even if you can't lift a lot of weight, if you can do a lot of reps and make it feel heavy and then continue to push through each rep, when it's burning, that's when you start to see true change and body composition in your body. So again, ankle weights, kettlebells, simple squats, simple lunges, and then just doing it with progressive overload over time has really grown my glutes. I'm going to try to see if I could find pictures of my glutes prior to me ever training. They were just like pancake glutes. That's just what it was. And it was fine. I was still confident with my body, but I just was like, it'd be nice to see if I can get my butt to lift a little bit and like get rounder and like maybe get a little bit, just a different shape because the pancake shape, I'm like over it. Of course, you really see me struggling because I have I believe it was 15 pounds on each ankle. So that's 30 pounds that I'm lifting. And then I'm using my lower abdominal area. Another thing is do not think that you're going to lose belly fat by doing even the workout that I just did does not mean I'm going to burn the belly fat. You only burn belly fat when you do full HIIT cardio workouts, full like where you're, high intensity your heart is beating super fast and you are just really leaving it all out in the gym or on the dance floor or on the weight floor or whatever it is. It's like you're really going hard. That's when you're starting to lose overall body fat. And because you lose overall body fat, every area of your body starts to shrink. Because I also learned that fat, you don't actually lose fat cells. The fat cells always stay there unless you get surgery, but that's another conversation. But the fat cells always stay there. They just shrink. So if you want to shrink your fat, which we commonly say lose fat, but what you're actually doing is shrinking your fat, then you have to do things like HIIT cardio. So doing these workouts in combination with HIIT cardio will then start to grow and actually allow your muscles to show through. Because a lot of times people will have great muscle structure under a whole bag of fat, right? And it's like, oh, I've been doing ab workouts. I've been doing this variation, that variation of ab workouts, and it just seems like the waist isn't shrinking. Well, it's because we have to get the fat off of the waist first, or as well. You can do it where I know that there's some people. Here's another just basic squat, going same with the basics, making sure the form is correct, and the bounce really helps too. So again, here's a squat. But another thing is, just make sure, guys, that if you would do whatever works best for you. So if you need to lose fat first and then train, do that. If you're the type of personality that can train your muscles and you want to do HIIT cardio at the same time, and you have the time for that and the willpower for that, but that's more like my personality. I wanted to just do it all at one time. So I was training with my trainer, and then I would also, on the opposite days, do HIIT cardio. Now, I'm a little bit leaner from 6 months ago, because now my main focus is cardio. So HIIT cardio. So I've actually pushed HIIT cardio as more of the priority right now, because I already have such a good system with building strength and lifting and toning. So now I'm like, okay, well, I actually want to see the work that I've actually put in all those 8 months. So that's where I'm at now. While also cutting back on some calories, not in a bad way, just doing a 200 calorie deficit. You don't want to go too low, because I have noticed that if I don't eat enough calories, like if I only eat like 1,400 calories, like the next week, I'll actually see my muscles shrink. So it is really a game of, I didn't understand it before watching bodybuilders or seeing bodybuilders talk about this all the time, but like I've just turned it into a fun game. That's how I'm conditioning myself to figure out how to maintain muscle and shrink and burn fat. Maintain muscle and shrink and burn fat. So what happens is, when you eat less calories, your body needs fuel still. So it is going to tap into the ATP that's sitting in your muscles and the fat. So it's going to burn muscle and fat. But if you're eating enough protein, your body won't really tap into burning muscle. It'll burn fat, right? So it gets confusing and scientific, and I'm not going to even try to break that down. But because I'm still a student of this as well. I'm still a student of fitness and fitness education. But I can just say from experience, seeing that I've built muscle, and then when I don't eat enough, I actually see my muscles shrink, and then I start to feel looser. And I'm like, oh no, the work that I've done. So I could see how it can get like, it can be a thing. I'll just say that. So make sure you're still eating enough, kick up the HIIT cardio, and then continue to strength train and do progressive overload over time. So again, these ankle weights, there's so many different workouts you can do, but these were working out my inner thighs. I look ridiculous, but the burn that I felt was not ridiculous. I actually was happy about the burn, because I'm like, yes, I'm actually toning up my inner thighs, and I'm excited. These next workouts, this like single leg, I guess RDL, I'm still also learning all the names, is really powerful as well. I believe it's 20 pounds in each hand for kettlebells, and just doing it on one leg is really, really impactful, like just isolating that glute. I never really cared about the isolation aspect when I was working out on my own, especially me being, and let me know in the comments if you've ever dealt with this, but like I came from a dancing background, so I didn't know how to strength train or build muscle. I just was kind of lean from dancing. But then as I spent more years on the planet, each year that goes by, I never say older, I just say another year on the planet. So as more years went by on the planet, I was like, you know what? Like, I want to tone up. So what do I got to do? And I would look online or just see other people doing workouts. And I would do them, and I was burning calories, but I wasn't really doing anything when it came to muscle building, muscle sculpting, muscle toning. So I finally was like, you know what? let me get a trainer. Let me really learn this. And it's not supposed to feel comfortable. I think that's one of the biggest things I learned in my experience having a trainer. I almost thought that like if I started to feel uncomfortable in a workout, that it was time for me to stop. But when you start to feel uncomfortable, it's time for you to do 5 more. And even with this, it's like, I have these ankle weights on, it's hot as hell outside. I'm lifting up 40 pounds on one glute, isolating one glute, and I'm uncomfortable. Like, I'm feeling it, it's burning. I'm doing 15 and, on each side, or 12 to 15, depending on what my trainer was telling me to do. And it's not comfortable, but that's when the true change is happening. That's when the true body composition is happening. So if you're at the gym and you are doing just 3 sets of 15 of the same squats with no weight, you like literally might as well not go, or you might as well just eat cleaner and like just go on walks. Like you're genuinely not doing anything. And I know that from firsthand experience, unless you're just, there's always that 1% that like can do a squat and have the highest, nicest, fittest looking butt. But for the rest of us, if you're really going to do it, if you're going to show up for yourself, like really show up for yourself. And that means getting comfortable with feeling uncomfortable, getting comfortable with feeling the change in your body, getting comfortable feeling that you aren't as balanced as you thought you were, getting comfortable knowing that your body's kind of out of alignment. I didn't realize how much my body was out of alignment until I started doing yoga in combination with strength training. So again, ankle weights are amazing. These were working out my quads. And what I love about my training experience is that I actually learned that you could truly build your glutes and tone up outside of the gym and inside of the gym. So depending on how you were feeling that week, if you wanted to hit the gym, you could, or if you wanted to kind of set up an at-home gym for yourself with just some kettlebells, some ankle weights, some mats, maybe that medicine ball, a medicine ball and like a balancing ball. I mean, you could really set yourself up for success because of the consistency and the amount of reps and just pushing through when it burns. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. It's supposed to feel uncomfortable. Like strapping on weights and doing reps over and over is not supposed to be like feeling like you're sitting in a comfortable chair knitting. I mean, you're training your muscles. You are literally telling your muscles to do something it's not used to doing. So it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's not going to feel like it's easy, and it's mental. It really is mind over matter. So just check into that. And as you can see, I don't look all hot and sexy and just like I just have it all together. I mean, I'm looking wobbly, this is where it was really starting to burn, but I just still, did the last few. You just have to push it through. And I think when I was working out on my own, I really didn't have the discipline to tell myself to keep going on those last 2, 3, or 4 that were really burning. I just didn't. And as a result, I really didn't see results. I mean, yeah, I'll talk about it in another video, but I actually was really like a lot thinner, but I just felt like weak and I wasn't really nurturing my body. But I thought I was healthy because I was a vegan. It just was real, or, plant-based. It just was, I'll do a whole nother video on that. Let me know in the comments if you want to hear about that. But I just didn't feel strong. I felt like I would work out, but like I wasn't really seeing definition. Now, when I was doing kickboxing, that's an awesome workout. Again, that's another video. Highly, highly, highly recommend kickboxing as a HIIT cardio workout, which I started incorporating back into my life. So as you can see, in this whole circuit, it was a repetitive amount of lunges, squats, and ankle weight workouts with the kettlebells. And keeping it simple, keeping it consistent is just what you need to do over a long period of time to see the results. So, when I look back on the 8 months, also, before I move on to that, make sure you subscribe if you're getting value from this video. Comment down below with just your opinion, even if you disagree, if you agree, if you have great resources. If you want to also know, if you want to ever train with my trainer and you're in the greater LA area, I will link his website down in the description. So just comment if you also would like to know who my master trainer is. He's awesome. He is no joke. I mean, he's about it's no goofing off. It's no chit chatting. It's no social hour. It's like we're training for the Olympics. Like that's how I would feel, because he's a real deal. So if you're ever interested, just click the link in the description if you want to check him out. But yes, I think in the 8 months, I think if I were to have seen that I needed to do 8 months worth of stuff like this to actually see results, I probably would have felt really overwhelmed. But what I did was each week, I just focused on getting my lunge better. Like it would just be like, okay, October week 1, I just want to be able to get lower on my lunges. I just want to be able to breathe better, through the reps. And I actually really learned how to breathe through a lot of these different workouts. I wasn't breathing. I mean, a lot of times we're working out and we hold our breath. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's like a protection mechanism, like when the body's going through stress or like kind of a fight or flight. I have no idea. I would love to know if anyone knows. But we kind of like hold our breath when we're working out, and you really have to breathe through. So breathe through it, and it will help you get through the burning. It will help you get through the discomfort. It will help you get through the fact that you feel weird and wobbly and all of that. And, as you can see, and I'm going to also be posting a lot more videos because I have a whole arsenal of videos during my training. But again, it was over the course of 8 months, and I'm a lot more, my form is better. I'm a lot stronger. I have more knowledge. So you'll see my more recent posts and you'll see the difference in just me not being as wobbly and having better balance. I also, quick side note, have a how to lose belly fat ebook guide, again, just in my life experience, knowing how to lose fat, having to get ready for performances and things like that when I was a dancer. Obviously I had a trainer for 8 months. I've taken countless amounts of fitness classes. I have an ebook guide that really works and gets you results. And you can definitely click below to get to that how to lose belly fat ebook guide and read the reviews for yourself. But I put in the work. I put in the time, the education, and the work. So definitely check that out. Again, that's him telling me what to do. And if you ever do want to get a trainer, or if you've ever been debating about getting a trainer, I would highly suggest it, because I feel like even though I felt like I was confident in the gym, but after having a trainer and actually having someone point out all these details about what you're doing incorrectly, needing to go lower, needing to lift your chest up, needing to breathe through things, needing to, go full range on things. You realize how much, I just am 10 times more confident. And so when I walk into the gym, I feel like I truly know what I'm doing, and I'm not just quote unquote working out. I'm actually training correctly, right? And I feel like this is a lifetime practice. Like I don't feel like it's something where you really ever master. I even feel like the crazy next level bodybuilders that are really in competitions, I mean, they're even still tweaking and adding things to their toolbox of you could see I could barely get up. That's how much I was burning, you guys. And it was hot that day too. I mean, it was no joke. But yeah, I feel like you're constantly a student, even if you do evolve to an expert level. Like there's just, because our bodies are changing, because society is changing, because life circumstance changes, so does your yoga practice, so does your strength training practice, so does your HIIT cardio practice. So I'm always going to be a student, but I really feel like I feel very confident in explaining to you all the different things that I feel like a lot of beginners and intermediate, fitness enthusiasts do, because they just don't see themselves. Like it's hard to see yourself when you're working out. Even if you're looking in a mirror, I mean, it's like you're kind of paying attention to what you want to pay attention to, right? So when you have somebody looking at you 360, you know, and watching your every move from the outside of you, it's just a lot different. And you feel like you're going lower. Like, as you can see, he kind of, you know, he was very attentive as well. So, you know, if I wasn't going low enough, if I wasn't, you know, if I accidentally skipped a rep, I mean, it's, you know, you can't do that when you're with the trainer. I mean, yeah, I guess you could still technically say no, but you know, you want to get your bang for your buck. So you're going to want to listen to your master trainer when he's telling you to do something. So I think, you know, in reality, when you're really on this fitness journey and you're really trying to build, I mean, it's not all about the cute fitness outfits and doing 3 reps perfectly and then pressing post. It's really getting in there and feeling uncomfortable and making weird faces and things burning and things feeling wobbly for you to really see, okay, I have a lot to work on. So if you want to see true change, if you want to actually have true muscle definition and a change of your body composition, you're going to need to do, I mean, all of these are beautiful examples of things that you can do and incorporate that actually work. And it's like something like this. I mean, you would think it's like it looks simple, but it's really toning and burning. So it's like I'm toning, I'm lifting, I'm sculpting, and then with the weights, I'm lifting weights. So then I'm actually building, you know, muscle is tearing apart and then building back together bigger. And of course, in combination with having enough protein, which has been, I think it's just, I'm still perfecting that. So I'll share a few of my protein tips in another video, but I haven't perfected it yet, to be honest. I'm still trying to figure out how to get in enough protein and not feel so stuffed. And then I have to cut to try to have the muscle show through. And it really comes down to bio individuality and figuring out what is going to be the best combination for your body. So I'm still in that journey of like, okay, I want to maintain the muscle, but I also need to, I need to cut my calories because I need to actually burn this layer of fat sitting on top of the muscle. So again, great workout to really, really build, and doing it with a band on your legs is very, very powerful. You guys, I do not like bugs. I don't know who really, actually there is people that like bugs, but I just am definitely one of those women that are like squeamish and squirmish to bugs. So I was like, when I look back at these videos, I'm like, wow, I was really serious because I was out in nature cooking, getting hot, you know, out there with the bugs and was training. And so you could see, I mean, I really know what I'm talking about because I went through it for 8 months. So this one is excellent for building your glutes and growing your glutes. So of course, the heavier you go, the more your butt is going to get bigger. That's just is what it is. But you don't want to sacrifice form either. So take it slow, take it easy. But this is good because your butt, it gets full range. Like see how it's like, it's, you know, it's, see how it's like I'm putting my butt up in the air pretty much, and then going back down, and it's like this full range of really working the whole glute. I don't have all the terminology, guys, so feel free to make fun of me in the comments. But yeah, it's you want to get full range, and then with the band on, I'm also working out my outer thighs at the same time. And you know, I'm just breathing through. And then you got the double bounce. The double bounces really activate those glutes and really tear that muscle down to then have it heal back bigger. So that's a good thing. As you can see, I'm like getting my, keeping from passing out, no big deal. Also, again, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like the video. Definitely makes me excited to see that people are getting value from this video. And that's how I know if you are watching this video. Definitely subscribe, definitely like. That's how we communicate through the internet world. So winding down to the end of the video here, doing outer leg or outer thigh workouts. You could really do a lot with just some ankle weights, some bands, and some kettlebells. So again, click the link down below for my Amazon store. If anything, you could just look at the Amazon store and screenshot the list of all the stuff that I use. And then when you go to the gym, you can make sure to kind of gather all these items and, you know, set up like a little circuit station for yourself. So that is what I want to say. Also, make sure to check out my other videos of highly potent information. I'm going to be just dishing out everything that I've done wrong so you can correct it for yourself, so you don't have to go through 8 months of working out in the blazing hot sun, and you can just correct these things in the privacy of your own home or on your own time with, you know, when you go to the gym. But yes, it's supposed to feel uncomfortable. You got to lift heavier. And when you lift heavier, you know, you're not going to look that cool. It just is what it is. Like, I feel like I look like I've never worked out in my life lifting these kettlebells. But anyway, stay tuned for the next video. I appreciate you watching up until this point, and click the link down below to get my How to Lose Belly Fat ebook guide. Subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.